Earlier today in Birmingham, Alabama, at the SEC tip-off event there, Kentucky's John Calipari announced some big news. The return of the beloved Kentucky-Indiana basketball series beginning in the 2025-2026 season. From the WHS 11 archives, we just found this game from 1993. It's in Freedom Hall, which was considered a neutral site. Funny that. In this game, Kentucky beat the Hoosiers and delayed the 600th victory celebration of Indiana's Bobby Knight. The Kentucky-Indiana games became legendary, mostly because of the famed Bobby Knight, who was a great villain who fired up the fans. So Sports Director Kent Spencer is here to talk about today's big news. And Kent, by the look of that start date of 2025, should we assume that John Calipari will even be the UK coach?
You know, he kind of keeps on pushing back his timeline. He's not set an end date, so I do think that he'll at least be Kentucky's coach at the start of this season. It's also important to note this has just been agreed upon by the head coaches, Calipari and Mike Woodson. Even though it's headed in that direction, nothing is finalized, but it is at the administrative level currently. The last time these two teams met during the regular season was back in December of 2011, the Watt shot, where Indiana upset #1 Kentucky at the time, and the fans, of course, stormed the court at Assembly Hall. They have met twice in the NCAA tournament since. Calipari says announcing something this far out is good for season ticket holders.
Scheduling is fun and easy. Then you got to play the games. So when you start talking Gonzaga, when you start talking the teams in the CBS Classic this year, I think we're playing Michigan State, but it's also Kansas and it's also Duke. The challenge within the Big 12. So all of a sudden you got all these games. Louisville every year. Kenny's going to do a great job. But this will put us out 5 or 6 years. You'll know what it is.
Well, let's go back real quick to the root cause of this, Kent. That amazing video you showed of them storming the court. You were there in Assembly Hall. You were covering it that night. It's always believed that Calipari, it was such a frightening situation. He felt people were in danger that he said no more ever again, Bloomington, Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that, after that game, the next year they quit the series. I was always told that there was, kind of a deal in place, but it wasn't to do on campus anymore. It was kind of go to neutral site places. And then the IU AD at the time, Fred Glass, didn't want that. So the two kind of broke off talks and they stopped because of what happened, because of the court storming.
You've covered a lot of court, or been in areas where court stormings happen. What did you think of that night? Did you think this is a little different than things I've seen before? No,
I didn't think it was anything different. I thought the one thing that I thought was different was right when Christian Watford hits the shot, Darius Miller's on the ground. When they're going to come on the court, obviously he's going to get stepped on, which he did. Which that's not, that's a dangerous thing. If he's up on his feet, then you don't have to kind of worry about that. Then obviously I thought that there was some fans very angry at a young man by the name of Marcus Teague, who was from Indianapolis. He actually ended up choosing Kentucky over Louisville to go to school there. And I saw, look, with my own eyes, I saw 30, 40-year-old men try to fight Marcus Teague as he was leaving. So if you're a coach, you're probably you're not wanting to go back there.
So where do you think they'll play this game?
So in 2025, from what I've been told, the first game's going to be in Rupp Arena. Then the two are going to play in Indianapolis the next year. The following year after that, they're going to go back to Rupp Arena, and the series is going to wrap up because from what I've told currently it's a 4-year contract. They're going to play in Assembly Hall once again at IU.
All right. Thank you very much, Kent. Great perspective on that as the series returns.